Hello guys, how are you today? So today we are going to discuss the most important topic in English grammar, that is tenses. So as you all know, tenses is the most important topic in English grammar because to be able to understand the remaining topics in English grammar, first we need to understand tenses well. At the same time, if you want to communicate effectively with others without any confusion or without any ambiguity, this is the topic that you need to master. There are, as you know, there are three main tenses in English language, and each one of these three main tenses again can have four subcategories. So total we can say there are 3 into 4, there are 12 tenses in English language. So today we are going to discuss the first tense, which is the simple present tense. What is meant by daily routine? Daily routine means the activities or the actions that we perform daily. For example, I wake up early in the morning, I brush my teeth, so I have a cup of tea, or then I get ready for the school. So these are the activities that we perform daily. So to talk about such activities, we use the simple present tense. So the simple present tense is also used to talk about universal truths. For example, the sun rises in the east, the sun sets in the west. There are 8 planets in our solar system. Uh, moon, the moon revolves around the earth. These are some of the examples of universal truths. So we always use the simple present tense to talk about these universal truths. So this is an important use case of the simple present tense. So the simple present tense is also used to talk about habits. So this is one of the most important use cases of the simple present tense. You can say, I drink a glass of milk every morning. She reads a book before bedtime. Or we play cricket on Sundays. These are some of the examples of our habits. So for example, he reads English novels. So this is how we express our habits in the simple present tense. General facts such as honey is sweet, fish live in water, water boils at 100 degrees centigrade are always expressed in the simple present tense. Now let us focus on the structure of the simple present tense. This is how we frame sentence in the simple present tense. So to identify the tense of any sentence, we just focus on the verb. Verb is the most important part of any sentence. So even the verb decides the tense of a sentence. So in the simple present tense, to frame sentence in the simple present tense, we use the base form of the verb, that is V1, or it is also called the present form of the verb, or V1. And there are some special cases, so where we add s or es to verb 1. Those special cases are when the subject is a third person singular pronoun. So the third person singular pronouns, as you know, are he, she, it. When the subject is any one of those three pronouns, we add s or es to that base form of the verb. For example, here I play cricket. Here the subject is I, it is a first person pronoun. But she plays cricket. Here the subject is she, which is a third person singular pronoun. So when the subject is a third person singular pronoun or a singular noun, then we add s or es to base form of the verb. So we need to keep all these points in mind while framing sentence in the simple present tense. Okay, for example, they play cricket, but he plays cricket. Here the subject is he, which is a third person singular pronoun. Birds fly in the sky. Here the subject is a plural noun, but if we use this bird as the subject, then we say flies. Birds fly in the sky, whereas a bird flies in the sky. So we need to keep all these points. These are the most commonly students make mistakes. So we should keep all these points in mind while framing sentence in the simple present tense. Let us discuss how negative sentences are framed. To frame negative sentences, we use the helping verbs do, does, plus not, plus base form of the verb. So where do we use do and where do we use does? There is an important distinction. So here we have personal pronouns. We have first person, second person, third person. So this, when it comes to these personal pronouns, we should be careful when the subject is a third person singular pronoun. So when the subject is a third person singular pronoun, we use does. In the remaining cases, we use do to frame negative sentences. For example, she doesn't sing well. They sing well. I play well. He doesn't play well. So when the subject is a third person singular pronoun or a singular noun, we use does to frame negative sentences. In the remaining cases, we use the helping verb do. So these points must be kept in mind while framing sentences, negative sentences in the simple present tense. Now let us see how questions or interrogative sentences are framed in the simple present tense. Then we need to follow a specific structure to frame questions in the simple present tense. So what's the difference between a statement and question? In a statement, subject is followed by verb, whereas in a question, verb is followed by the subject. So these points must be kept in mind, okay, to find out whether a particular sentence is a statement or a question. So in the simple present tense, we use these helping verbs do, does to frame questions. To frame questions, even there's some helping verbs are used to frame negative sentence also. So again, we need to keep the points that we discussed earlier in mind. When the subject is a third person singular pronoun or a singular noun, we use does. We start the sentence, we start the interrogative sentence with does. In the remaining cases, we start the interrogative sentence or the question with do. For example, I play cricket. It's a statement. Do I play cricket? It's an interrogative sentence. She sings well. This is a statement. Does she sing well? This is an interrogative sentence. One more point we need to keep in mind is when the subject is a third person singular pronoun, we add s or es in positive statements. But in interrogative sentences, whenever we use does, we remove that s or es. For example, she plays well. So here there is an s to the verb. But if we change the sentence, the statement into a question, an interrogative sentence, does she play well? So there is no s to v1. So these points we should be very careful. This is where students make so many mistakes. So we should practice more this particular rule. Okay, so practice well, and definitely you will master this topic, and you will be able to express yourselves confidently. Thank you.